Welcome back. This is William Drosky of Business Central with another video. This is just an introduction to a 3-part or 4-part video series I'm gonna be doing about mind control and brainwashing. Especially with this pretty much geared to a specific spiritual aspect, and with the religious community, along with the mainstream churches, as well as other spiritual platforms out there with video sphere on Rumble, YouTube, and other platforms such as Odyssey and BitChute. It's really important to have good discernment in these days, because there's just a whole lot of people focusing on fleecing the sheep there rather than provide sound teachings and sound doctrines. And they pretty much are pretty much going in the error, and they're preaching sort of a false gospel, and they sort of wrap it up in a pretty little bowl there, even though if it's a pile of. But even the Apostle Paul, in his epistles, in his letters there, and even Jesus Christ himself warned in his teachings, if you read the 4 Gospels and the Holy Bible, the Holy Scriptures, that he warned about during the last days, and false apostles and false teachers presenting damnable heresies. This is Drosky. Just remind you to check the money tree if you like these videos I provide. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button there, because it helps the algorithm there. Check out my websites, dumbexpert.com, if you're looking for ways to earn extra money from home through affiliate marketing and other products and services of credit repair, credit education, as well as Mayor Plan with discounts on home business, dental, vision, chiropractic care on discounts there. Just remember, hug and kiss the ones you love there, and hit the subscribe button and share this video right now. If you're familiar with Dick Stupin and the various tapes out there, and there's a studio recording which expanded the version of the talk that he delivered at the World Congress of Professional Hypnotists Convention in Las Vegas, Nevada. Of course, even though the tape carries a copyright to protect from duplication. But all those he's been interviewed about the subject on many local and regional radio, TV talk shows, and large scale mass communication, of course, appears to be blocked. And since could result in suspicion or investigation of the very media presenting it, or it's the sponsors that support the media. Of course, with some awareness that some government agencies do not want this information to be out there generally known, nor do the born-again Christian movement and the cults and many human potential trainings. The thing was I can be looking in the discussion, which be talking about, and would be hypnosis and brainwashing. Of course, Dick Stolpan produces hypnosis and subliminal tapes, and in some seminars, and where he uses conversion tactics to assist participants to become independent and self-sufficient. But anytime when he uses these techniques, you want to point it out that he is using them, and for those intending that have a choice to participate or not. The thing with the birth of conversion and was brainwashing in Christian revivalism in 1735. Of course, conversion is a nice word for brainwashing. An Indian study of brainwashing has to begin with a study of Christian revivalism in the 18th century America. Apparently, Jonathan Edwards excellently discovered the techniques during a religious crusade in 1735. In 1735, Northampton, Massachusetts. Now, by introducing guilt and acute apprehension, and by increasing the tension, the sinners attending his revival meetings would break down and completely cement. Now, technically, what Edwards was doing was creating conditions that wipe the brain slate clean, so the mind accepts new programming. Now, the problem was that the new input was negative, and he would tell them that you're a sinner and you're destined for hell. And as a result, one person committed suicide and another one attempted suicide. And and the neighbors of the suicide converts related to that, they too were affected so deeply, and though they had found eternal salvation, they were obsessed with a diabolical temptation to end their own lives. Now, the thing is, once a preacher or a cult leader or a manipulator or authority figure creates the brain phrase to wipe the brain slate clean, and his subjects are wide open. New input in the form of suggestion can be substituted for their previous ideas. Now, because Edwards didn't turn his message positive until the end of the revival, and now many accepted negative suggestions enacted or desired to act upon on them. Now, Charles J. Finney was another Christian revivalist who used the same techniques 4 years later in the mass religious conversions in New York. Now, the techniques are still being widely used today by Christian revivalists, cults, human potential training, some business rallies, and the United States Armed Services, just to name a few. Now, let me point out that I don't think that most revivalist preachers realize or know they are using brainwashing techniques. Everyone simply stumbled on this technique that really worked, and others copied it and have continued to copy it for over 200 years. And the more sophisticated our knowledge and technology become, the more effective the conversion. Of course, I feel strongly that this is one of the major reasons for the increasingly rise in Christian fundamentalism, especially the televised variety, while most Orthodox religions are declining. The three brain phases are pavilion explanation. Now, many Christians have been first to successfully formulate brainwashing, but have to look to Pavlov, the Russian scientist, for a technical explanation. Now, in the early 1900s, his work with animals opened the door to further investigations with humans. And after the Industrial Revolution in Russia, Lenin was quick to see the potential of applying Pavlov's research to his own ends. Three distinct and progressive states of marginal elimination were identified by Pavlov. First is the equivalent phase, which the brain gives the same response to both strong and weak stimuli. The second, paradoxical phase, in which the brain responds more actively to weak stimuli than to strong. And the third is the ultra paradoxical phase, in which the conditioned responses and behavior patterns turn from positive to negative, from negative to positive. Now, with the progression through each phase, the degree of conversion becomes more effective and complete. Now, the way to achieve conversion are many and varied, but the usual first step in religious or political brainwashing is to work on emotions of the individual or group until they reach a abnormal level of anger, fear, excitement, or nervous tension. Like the progressive result is this mental condition is to impair judgment and increase suggestibility. The more this condition can be maintained or intensified, the more it compounds. Like once catharsis or a first brain phase is reached, the complete mental takeover becomes just easier. Existing mental programming can be replaced with new patterns of thinking and behavior. The other often used psychological weapons to modify normal brain functions are fasting, radical or high sugar diets, physical discomforts, regulation of breathing, mantra chanting, and meditations, the disclosure of awesome mysteries, special lighting and sound effects, and programmed responses to incense or intoxicating drugs. That's pretty interesting. Now, some the results can be obtained in contemporary psychiatric treatment by electric shock treatments, and even by purposely lowering a person's blood sugar level with insulin injections. Now, people are go through exactly how some techniques are applied. And it's like we got to point out that the hypnosis and conversion tactics are just distinctly two different things. And with that, conversion techniques are far more powerful. However, the two are often mixed with powerful results. And how revivalists preachers work, and it's like if you like to see how they work, there's probably several in your city. And you go to church or tent early and just sit in the rear about 3/4 of a way back. The most likely repetitive music be replayed while some people come in for the service. A repetitive beat ideally range from 45 to 72 beats a minute. A rhythm much close to the beat of the human heart. And it's very hypnotic and can generate eyes open, altered state of consciousness in a very high percentage of people. And once you are in an alpha state, you are at least 25 times as suggestible as you would be in full beta consciousness. The music is probably the same for every service, or incorporates the same beat. And many of the people will go into an altered state of almost immediately upon entering the sanctuary. Subconsciously, they recall their state of mind from previous services and respond accordingly to the post-hypnotic programming. Now watch them like the people waiting for the service to begin. Many will exhibit external signs of trance. Body relaxation and slightly dilated eyes. Often they will just begin to sway back and forth with their hands in the air while sitting in their chairs. Next, the assistant pastor will probably come out. Usually, speaks with a pretty good voice roll. Now, with the voice roll technique, is a pattern like a paste style used by hypnotists, when inducing a trance, and is used by many lawyers as well, with several who are highly trained hypnotists when they desire to entrench a point firmly in the minds of the jurors. A voice roll can sound as if the speaker were talking to the beat of the metronome, or it may be sound as through he were emphasizing every word in a monotonous pattern style. These words will usually be delivered at a rate of 45 to 60 beats per minute, maximizing the hypnotic effect. What is interesting is that a build-up process is inducing a build-up process, and induces a state of consciousness or begin generate the excitement and the expectations of the audience. Next, the group of young men will, in sweet and pure chiffon dresses, might come out to sing a song. The gospel songs are great for building excitement and involvement there in the middle of the song. Like one of the girls might be smitten by the Spirit and fall down or react as possessed by the Holy Spirit. And this is a highly effective. This very effectively increases the intensity in the room. Now, at this point, the hypnosis and the conversion tactics are being mixed, and as a result, the audience attention span is now totally focused upon the communication, while the mental environment becomes much more exciting or tense. And as I'll probably be back to the break there after this part 1 or to a part 2. And after the break there, I'll probably come up this other part 2 video there in my next video.